Hey, and welcome to the Heavy Sweater Podcast. My name is John King. If this is your first time listening, this is the Heavy Sweater Podcast. It's a deep dive into the beginnings of Australian musicians and bands of the heavy variety. And this week we have Fabian Vacca from Western Australia's Infinite Exile. They're such a fucking sick band. They are so sick. If you like straight up metal, not like metal, like fuck, you could like metalcore and fuck with this band. You could like hardcore and fuck with this band. They're just a sick band. Infinite Exile. Go check them out. Listen to this podcast and then check them out. Don't bail on the pod. Listen to the pod. Help me out. But yeah, he's the guitar player, so we get into like his beginnings in heavy music and beginnings in guitar and like inspirations through music and how Infinite Exile became a thing. And they also have a new single out called War Is Here. Wherever you listen to music, you can listen to that. Yeah, so with all that being said, it's Sunday. You know what that means. Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, good man, good.
Sick. Yeah, getting there. Yeah, we had a chat off recording. I'm not feeling too
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, we'll get into everything about you. This isn't about me. What's the first like sort of heavy-ish band you remember hearing?
It would have been there's probably a couple of them. Would have been probably three or four bands. Would have been Megadeth was definitely one of them. Because I had older brothers. I'm the youngest of four brothers.
Okay, yeah.
My oldest brother, he was like a massive bogan. Yeah, it'd be 40-degree heat wearing black beanies and a checky shirt and all that.
Yeah, sick.
He was hardcore. Yeah, so that and definitely Sepultura, Pantera, and Metallica. Yeah, they were probably the four ones. Bit of Guns N' Roses as well.
Okay, but mostly like thrash.
Yeah, kind of thrash, and then a bit of groove as well. Yeah,
fuck yeah, sick. Yeah. Sepultura is like underrated as fuck.
Yeah, they are for sure. It's even like I stopped listening to them once the all that shit went down with Max. But I was pretty young that way. But I think I just kind of like followed everyone else. So I'm not listening to them anymore or whatever for no reason at all. But I got back into them, not way into them, but listen to their I think it was their last album. I can't remember what it's called. Was it Isolation or something like that? Or I know there was a song in there, Isolation, I think, but I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty killer. And that was the first stuff I really sat down and listened to with Derek Green on vocals. And I was actually surprised. It was really fucking cool.
Yeah, sick. Fuck yeah. Do you fuck with Kill or Be Killed?
Yeah, they're not bad. They got some pretty good stuff. I think I preferred Greg's vocals out of all three guys.
Definitely.
And Max does the same thing he's always done. It's like this. So when he comes on, it's kind of like caveman style. It's like I've heard it a million times. You know?
Yeah. No, Greg definitely shines in that band, which is like interesting because I've tried to get into Dillinger so many times and I just can't for some reason.
I can't either.
Yeah,
I saw him live. I was sick live, but even it's too chaotic. I'm one of them people. Like one of my best mates, he's right into Dillinger. He's massive nuts, and he loves the whole chaotic nature of it. But me, I found when I was live, I was like, I don't know where to fucking headbang.
Yeah, yeah, that's legit it, man. There's like no rhythm. It's just like fucking hectic, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, what? I don't know how to move to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously they're all killer musos, but
for sure,
it's too hectic for me. I'm more like just straightforward groove.
Yeah, for sure. So
traditional metal, I guess, you know.
Yeah. Well, fuck, all metal's built off the back of traditional metal.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah. So the thrash comes in. Do you remember like when it happened, or?
When I started listening to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I was I would have been like 5 or 6 or something, because I remember my parents got divorced when I was 6, I think, and I was definitely still, and I was still living with them at the time at Dad's house, and listening to it. And I remember my brothers used to go out with their mates, and I would go and sneak into their room and take all their CDs and and then lock myself in my room, play Lego.
Yeah, fuck
some,
yeah.
Roots going or something like that.
Yes. Just fucking metal Lego boys.
Yeah. Hey, can you see me okay? It's not too dark? Or?
Yeah, no, it's good, man. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Sick. So then from there, like, so your parents were into the heavies.
Yeah.
And then from there, not really?
Not my parents weren't. Nah, my mum kind of is, but my dad, no, he's into like, I don't know, he's into weird shit. Yeah.
Sick.
I don't even know what he's into, to be honest.
Yeah.
But,
sick.
But I went to live with my mum, and after that, and she, my stepdad was a farmer. He loved country music, so we listened to Johnny Cash, and and I love that kind of stuff as well. You know, not that I'm ever going to record country, but I can dig that stuff. Some of
it. Yeah. Sick. Fuck yeah. So from there, you find all the heavies on your own. Like, do you just go digging for it?
Pretty much. I just kind of just started just flat out listening to heavy music all the time. And I remember one of my brothers had got Great Southern Trendkill, and I remember that is etched in my brain. It is like, you know, when you listen to music, you know, sometimes you listen to some of the older music you grew up and you can just get that killer nostalgia hit. You're like, man, that takes me back to like when I was so happy, and I was just and I was, every time I listen to Trendkill, I know that's an angry album, but for me, it's really happy. I just love listening to it. I fucking dig it.
It's like a comfort album for you.
Yeah, definitely. And so I listened to that and Metallica, and then a lot of Metallica as well. And then I remember one of my brothers, he started playing guitar, and then I got into guitar because he had one, and we started playing. We printed out heaps of tabs for Countdown to Extinction album, and learned Symphony Destruction. You know, that's like meat potatoes.
For sure.
That, and then like Cemetery Gates, and just some Pantera stuff. But I did find the Pantera stuff a bit challenging, to be honest.
Dime's a fucking beast.
Yeah, sorry, my daughter's trying to come in.
It's all good.
Sweetie, out. Come on. Go see mummy. Come on, sweetie. I'm busy. Sorry, mate.
That's all good, man.
So and then I picked up the guitar, from him, and then I ended up when I became probably like teenager around 16, 17, I went to Cash Converters and bought some guitar. I can't remember what brand it was.
Fuck yeah. Cash used to hook up every metal musician with the most sick guitars.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Just like crackheads being like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Just crackheads stealing them, pawning them, and then we're like, oh, that's sick. And then buy it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. And so I got that, and then I think I got some Pratt sample. I wouldn't even know what it is. And then I remember I really wanted. I saw a Washburn Dimebag guitar. I can't remember what music shop that was, and I was like, sorry, that thing blurs out sometimes.
Oh, that's all good, man.
Whatever you call it. And I was like, oh fuck, I really want that, and I didn't have any money because I didn't really have a job or anything. I was only like 17. And I got I borrowed, I think it was like $2,000 some off my nan.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah, and and she lent me that, and I bought that, and then that's when I started really trying to play guitar. And I had a lot of time by myself because we were like, I didn't really have many friends really, because I kind of grew up on farms, and then we moved to the city, and I didn't really know anyone, and I was a bit of an introvert, and my brothers all were living with my dad, and my brother that played guitar, he was a shearer, so he would go away shearing for months and wouldn't see him, so I was kind of just play guitar heaps, and then and then bought like a Marshall amp, like a combo, one of them MG100 things.
Fuck yeah, sick.
Yeah, yeah. And then I started writing probably early 2000s. Downloaded Cakewalk, I think, an old recording program. I downloaded that, and then I was recording my own music and stuff like that, and that's where I started. I've never really learned many other band songs. I tried learning stuff, and I always started writing my own things, and I'd learn like a riff here or there, and then I just get bored and want to play my own shit or write my own stuff. I get inspired. I get really inspired by things. I'll play like a riff, and I'm like, fuck, I want to write a song now.
I think that's a good way to be as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then the biggest impact for me. If this is going on too long, if you want to change subject, let me know.
That's all good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest impact definitely for me was I was on the Machine Head message board.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was a member on there, and somehow I got in an argument with Rob Flynn, and then he messaged me and went off at me. And I can't remember. I was being a dickhead. I was pretty I was pretty young, and then they came to the Lookout in Scarborough in Perth there to play, and he sent me a message and said, "Hey, do you want to meet up?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, right." I don't know, for some reason he wanted to like squash whatever this beef was. I don't know. It's so weird. And Phil Demmel, the guitarist at the time, he was I had him on that AOL, that messaging.
Oh yeah.
I had him on that, and because he wasn't real famous back then. He just played like Bay Area bands, then he joined Machine Head, and I somehow got him on that. I got his email address, and I chatted to him on that, and then I messaged him and said, when they're in Perth, I was like, "I'll come see you," and he said, "Yeah, look for our tour bus," and they didn't have a tour bus. I think he thought they'd have one. I don't think he realised that Perth's fucking like thousands of k's.
yeah.
To fly, so I was walking around looking for this bus because I was dumb, and then I just saw him in the street, and I was like, "Oh, Phil," and then I told him what my username was. It was actually Seasons in the Abyss because I was
sick.
It's sick.
I
don't know how I missed out mentioning them, but yeah, big Slayer fan. I love that. That's my favorite, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah,
and I was like, and then I was like, it's Seasons, and he's like, and then we get chatting. And then he goes, come at soundcheck at 6 o'clock, and I went there, and then he took me in. I met Rob, and then got along really well with Rob and Adam and Dave and all that. And then I've stayed in contact, and I'll still speak to Rob all the time.
Sick.
Still, and every time they come over, hang out and go to dinner or whatever.
Fuck yeah, that's sick.
Go backstage and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. He's a really nice guy, man.
Awesome, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, his politics, like, I know he gets a lot of flack for that from people, but I know him, and I know that he can have his views. That's the problem with everyone. Everyone thinks you have to agree with everyone nowadays,
and you don't have to.
You have to agree with it. It's like, no, everyone can have their own opinions, and
you can be two grown adults and have different opinions and still respect each other.
I think it's social media because everyone's able to flex their opinion online, and they think that they're a badass, and it's like half that shit they would never say in person to people.
Yeah.
They get away with it,
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, that's fucking sick. No more Rob Flynn beef.
No. Squash. I learned a lot from him, and he changed my attitude and perspective a lot. I owe so much to him for that, because I was like an angry dickhead and saying dumb shit all the time, and I was kind of racist, said stupid, ignorant, racist stuff all the time. Okay. And then he changed my perspective a lot, and I definitely owe a lot to him, 100%. Yeah.
That's really like powerful for you to acknowledge that and admit that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's what made me want to be in a band more. I was like, man, he's so cool, and he's not an asshole. He's not snobby. He's down to earth, and I want to be in a band now. I want to maybe speak to people with music and hopefully help other people that were like me, that were lost a bit or whatever, Or,
especially coming from like farm areas, because like I grew up in farm areas. Like being the heavy metal kid in a farm town is fucked.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like you're as far away from anybody else as humanly possible, and then you're like, I like the one thing that nobody else in here likes, and so you just completely alienated.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly.
That's like really like sick that you can acknowledge that and know that it's wrong, and like move past that and be an adult and be like, yeah, as a kid I was an idiot.
Yeah,
that's sure. Powerful stuff, man.
Admitting things, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good thing to do, you know, admit flaws and learn from them, and
exactly.
Yeah, and I think people respect you more as well, if you don't have anything to hide and all that.
Yeah, that's excellent, man.
Yeah.
Cool. And then from like 16, 17, you're playing guitar. Where do you go from there to like start getting into bands? Like, is it when you move to the city?
Yeah. So definitely, yeah. Well, the time I was in the city, and then it was ages to join a band. Actually, it wasn't probably till it would have been like 23, 24 or something like that. And I met a guy at a local music shop and became really good friends with him. And so I'll move that up. And met a guy at a local music shop, and he's an amazing guitarist, and he kind of took me under his wing. He was a bit older, he was in his 30s, and when I was in my mid to early 20s, and yeah, we kind of started a band. I showed him music that I'd been writing. He was like, "Man, that's pretty cool for younger." Holy shit! All right, yeah. And then he'd played in a couple death metal bands, and he toured with like Immortal or something when they came over.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, yeah. So he was kind of well known in the scene in Perth, and then yeah, we did that band, but that kind of for that was going for a fair few years. Yeah. We could never play a gig. It's so lame.
Oh, really?
But no, it's drummers with singers, with vocalists trying to get vocals. And then just drags on and drags on and drags on. It was years and years, and we must have jammed like 100 times.
Yeah.
Must have rehearsed and just never got to gigs because the vocalist, I think he worked away as well from memory, and and then he was never available. It was just just never really went anywhere, and then that kind of all fizzled out, and then I got in contact with a guy that I grew up with that I hadn't seen in probably, I was probably 27 at the time, I remember, and he got in contact with me, and he played drums, and he messaged me on Facebook. He found me on Facebook. He's like, "Remember me? We were best mates when we were like 10. I was like, "Fuck," and I was like, "I've got a really bad memory," and I was like, "Hey, Mum," I rang Mum, and I was like, "Hey, do you remember this guy?" And she's like, "Yeah, you were best mates." I was like, "Oh, right, I know." And then I kind of vaguely remembered, and I was like, "Yeah." And then we hung out, and then we kind of fell out of contact for a bit, and then just a couple of years ago, probably when I was about 31 or something, we got back in contact again. We actually had a jam and all that, and then I got another mate that's lived in the same town as me in Mandurah, and he's good at guitar and loves Machine Head. We used to go to Machine Head gigs and that, so we hooked up, started playing, and I had a couple of songs written, and then we found a vocalist, which is our current vocalist for this band now, and he had a bassist from his previous band, which is Nucleus. I don't know if you heard of them.
Okay, I think I've heard the name.
Yeah, they played with I think they played with Polaris, and they've toured. They played with Soilwork and 6 Feet Under over in Europe, and all that. So these guys really experienced. So that was good that they joined the band because they had a lot of insight, and we played a few gigs, released a song and recorded an EP that we didn't release because the band fizzled out. We just had a bit of a personality clashes in the band.
That'll fuck bands up real quick.
All awesome guys. I think it's because I wrote a lot of the music. I think I was trolling about it, and I probably didn't want to let the reins off too much. And then I think other guys got frustrated, and they kind of wanted to do this with the music, and ended in arguments. And nothing against them guys, they have every right to be able to record what they want and play what they want. So that was probably a bit of my fault. And then we just didn't really get along. We get along now, but still friends. And that fizzled out. And then the me and the vocalist and the bassist, we were still got along really well. We all kind of clicked, and then we were like, "Oh, mate, we should still keep playing music." And then we just had programmed drums, and we just go rent a rehearsal space and play along to the drums, just put a click on and that. And then a guy from this band, Patient 67 in Perth.
I know that band.
Their drummer, he come and filled in for us a few times because he knew these guys, and then he didn't really want to commit to our kind of music. He wanted to play a lot. I think he wanted to play like kind of tech death kind of stuff.
Okay.
And
that's the bald guy.
Yeah. Jules.
Okay, cool.
Julian, he's a legend, awesome guy. Kind of looks like you. Except more Italian, but
sick.
He helped us out for a bit, and then we ended up putting an ad out, and we got the current drum we got now, Callum, and he came on board, and he's so accurate with timing, it's unbelievable. He's like a clock, and that was big. I was like, man, this guy's fucking spot on, man. Holy shit. And he's so easy to work with. He's just so chill. It's unbelievable. So we played as a 4-piece for a bit, and I just would record the guitars at home, and then we'd put them on a backing track on a laptop for live, and then I'd just play whatever the other guitar was going to play. That'll go to the back track, and then I could do my leads and stuff like that. And then we ended up getting Sam, current other guitarist, just through another mutual friend.
Okay.
And he joined the band now, and then now it's a full 5-piece thingo.
Sick.
So then we recorded an EP last year, The Path of Most Resistance.
It is sick.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's fucking awesome. I put it on the other day. I was like, this fucks. Like, this is so sick.
Well, the key to that, I reckon, is the production, which is guy Gareth Hargreaves or Hargraves.
Yeah.
You know him? Or?
Not personally, but I know who he is.
Yeah. So I think he's worked with some pretty decent bands before and that, and he's amazing at what he does, in my opinion. And I reckon because everyone that's heard it, they're like, man, what the fuck? That sounds like a time band. And it's like, this guy's just has a knack for making shit sound good.
Yeah. It sounds massive.
Yeah. So we were stoked with that, and then the artwork was done by a guy, Fayaz Farrelly, who I met.
Okay.
He was touring with Machine Head. He was their videographer and photographer.
Oh, sick.
And I met him when they toured, and we've just stayed really good friends. We chat on the phone pretty much every week, or at least via chat pretty much every day. Cool. And he did the artwork for our new single, That War Is Here, as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's worked with Jira, stuff like that. So he's got some good experience under his belt.
Yeah,
some
good
sure. Contacts and stuff. That's good. We put that EP out, but we were pretty naive with it. We had no merch. We got stuffed around with this merch company for 3 months. And we didn't have any shirts. It really just that really fucked that up.
Yeah.
It really fucked up the whole launch of that, and a few people heard it, but we didn't really know how to market it or anything like that. So now with this new stuff we're writing, we're going to manage it now. He helps out.
Okay, cool. Fuck yeah.
A bit of guidance and can get us maybe some stuff on the radio or whatever, and just helps us with things and just overall just can give us ideas or point us in the right direction for what to do. And for this single, we actually sat down and made a schedule, because we recorded a video that's going to be coming out soon. And that'll be on the 28th, the video. And that costs us a bit of money. So we're like, we're spending the money on this. We really should sit down and have a plan and like a bit of a calendar, and actually really try to do as best we can on a budget, to push this song. Hopefully a few people listen to it, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll listen to it. Yeah. But I think that's like
yet or not?
No, because I've been busy as fuck and then I got sick. But I did listen to the EP and it's fucking killer. Yeah. So I'm gonna be listening to this after this. But I think that's like something that you don't really like figure out until like you've already done something and like put something out. Like you need to plan shit out, you need to have a budget, you kind of need to like figure out how to market your band to your demographic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like
Oh, sorry, keep going.
Oh, it's all good. It's just like the stuff that nobody tells you, and it's like the hard yards you have to put in to like figure out how to make a band work out.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. That I actually, as much as I'm like regret that we didn't do this or that with it, I'm kind of like not that annoyed about it, because we needed that as a learning experience, because it's definitely been a valuable learning experience. It's expensive, but whatever. Can spend money on other shit, people piss it up the wall, whatever. I'd rather do it on something like that I enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully when War Is Here comes out, like people hear that and then they go and check you guys out and find the EP, and then
at least now we have it like a back catalogue. They can go, I've heard that song now, what else can I hear?
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll definitely be handy. And with this song as well, it's a lot faster and heavier than the other stuff you heard.
Fuck yeah. I could hear the thrash, like sort of metalcore vibe on the EP. So I'm fucking keen to hear this.
No, this is it's pretty fast. It's thrashy, and it's got its tremolo picking and all that. The vocals are super fast, and it's we wanted to. I was saying to the guys, like, we're gonna take this up a notch for this next one. I really want to make people's heads spin with this.
Sick.
There's definitely, of course, there's faster and fast stuff out there and all that, but we really wanted to capture a vibe of it's basically written about the whole thing that's going on in the world now. There's so much uncertainty and it's like a war on people's minds. All this that's going on, and people are arguing, and everyone's vaxxed and unvaxxed. Everyone's arguing, and and it's kind of like really wanted to capture that vibe of the whole chaotic nature of the world right now.
That's sick, and that's like
I think we have,
message.
Yeah. So it's got some pretty cool lyrics too, maybe controversial for some people, but
it'll all work out.
So hopefully a few people listen to it. We've got that single launch coming up with a couple of good bands as well. So we've got Woe Warden, Lamentia, I think their name is.
Okay.
Kimura. Yeah, so it's pretty well-rounded lineup. So there's a bit of black metal, some doom metal, and some pretty straightforward metalcore stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah, cool. And when's that coming out?
So that gig's going to be on the 4th of Feb.
Okay, cool.
And the single will be out on next week on Friday the 21st.
Sick, and this will come out 2 days later. So I'll be the fuck out of this.
Yeah. So this coming out.
Yeah. So I'll do like an intro and an outro on the episode and be like, "Fucking check out the single; it'll be sick."
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, cool, man. That's sick. Cool. Well, we'll get into like, who would you say for yourself are like some inspirations for guitar, and like to want to be in a band? Like, what guys got you to be like, "Oh fuck, I could do
that"? My biggest one is definitely Dimebag. I know that's so cliche, but
I don't really hear it that much anymore. I think it's because like the 90s thrash has kind of died out. That like Dime isn't really appreciated as much as he should be, because he changed the fucking game.
People they try to diminish it, and I'm like, no, dude, it's pretty cool shit.
Yeah.
So it was definitely probably the first, him and probably like Dave Mustaine.
Yeah,
probably, and Marty Friedman, definitely the first.
Another very underrated band, Megadeth, slaps so hard.
Yeah, I know that definitely, because I think they get lumped with Metallica for that. They're thrash, they're done and dusted, but they still release some bangers, man.
Yeah, that last album with Chris Adler was fucking sick.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. So. Definitely Dime and then that was probably starting out, and then now it's evolved a bit. It's still, it's still obviously Dime's a big influence on me. You can hear that probably on that other EP, on that first EP. There's some Pantera kind of stuff on there, and definitely a big one now is Brandon Ellis from Black Dahlia.
Okay, fuck yeah, such a sick band, such a killer band.
He's an amazing guitarist, guitarist. I'm not huge into them. Like I don't know their catalog too much. I like them, but I'm not super familiar with it. But I just, every time I see he's playing, I follow him on Instagram. I'm just like, man, this is sick. And Wes Houck from Alluvial.
Okay,
is one for me. Have you heard them?
No.
Oh, check them out, man.
I fucking will. I'll check them out.
Yeah. They've got two albums. They one of them didn't have vocals, and their latest one's got vocals.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, pretty killer, man. And Wes is an amazing guitarist. Probably one of the cleanest guitarist you'll ever hear play. Is just the clarity in his playing, and is it pick attack. It's you play guitar, obviously I can see guitar in the background. So his playing will blow your mind.
Fuck, it's crazy. Cool. I'll fucking check him out. That sounds sick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so those two guys are definitely big influences, and even on Instagram you just see so many people now that you would never have heard of. That are just crazy good at guitar, even like 16-year-olds. You're like,
and I'm like, bar chords are so tough.
There's just so many awesome guitarists and musos out there now, and you can just see that from social media. And so there's heaps of inspiration on there. Just scrolling through that. Sometimes I'll see videos and I'll screenshot it, and then so I'll go back to it later and I'll watch it, and that might even give me inspiration for small things,
just like little licks that you're like, oh fuck, like if I did something like that but my style, that'd fucking sound sick.
That's right. That's what I've always done, incorporated definitely a lot of things. Like Machine Head's probably my biggest musical influence. You'll hear that so much in our music, and definitely like that. Just the influence on them is just crazy with my stuff. I can't shake it. But yeah, it's like
But
I
feel like Machine Head kind of got lost in the shuffle when they were like supposed to be huge because it was like all about Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium. But even then, it was like it was Bullet first, then Trivium, and then like Gojira, Machine Head, like down here.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And
but Machine Head is sick.
Yeah, they are, man. They're definitely. Because you're right with that, eh? Because it's like they were coming up.
Yeah.
And then all these other bands came up and were super popular with the younger people. And I think now, now a lot of people have shifted towards like deathcore and more extreme versions of metalcore. You see that so much now that the whole heavy music genre has moved towards that.
Yeah.
I reckon, in my opinion, or from what I've noticed.
Yeah, for sure.
But still, I reckon there's still room for groove.
I froth like my band's a hardcore band, but I like to put in like little groovy parts or like let bass lead some shit, just like body moving stuff.
Yeah, for sure. What was your band called again?
Shokan.
That's right. Yeah, I started following you. You was on Spotify?
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'll write that in my phone again so I don't forget. It's in our chat, I know, but I'm the most forgetful person you'll ever meet.
That's all good, man.
Let's write that down because I want to check his out. I think I actually did listen to a bit. You might have had a couple clips on your Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah. We just put up a playthrough that I shot and edited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did you put that up?
Wednesday, I think.
All right, I'll check it out. Yeah.
I think it was Wednesday afternoon. I can't remember. Days just like turn into one. I'm like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, tell me about it, man. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure. That's sick. Love playthroughs.
Yeah.
Do you play the Ibanez zone?
Yeah. I've got the baritone Ibanez, and then I just got this. This will be fucking great for the audio listeners with this Axion label. RGB.
Oh yeah, that's the one. It's got that kind of cutaway bit there.
Yeah, it's fucking sick with the Fishmans. It is a fucking beast.
Yeah, right. I've never played a guitar with Fishmans though. Actually, I lie. I think my bandmate's got a ESP with Fishmans.
Oh fuck yeah, sick.
Yeah, but I haven't really played it too much. But that cutaway thing, they're actually a few brands are doing that now. Even on this Ormsby, they've got the same thing going on.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah. Makes it like a lot smoother on the forearm, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I still love the other traditional shapes, but that's cool too. Yeah, I love the V's.
Oh yeah, I've got a fucking this beast. Whenever I pull it out, people are like, "Oh fuck yeah!" But like, I run the Firebird every now and then. Yeah, it's fucking so.
Epiphone?
Yeah, Epiphone Firebird. But yeah.
Oh, that's sick, man.
I got it because I'm like, when I was a kid, I was a little Marilyn Manson sweater.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, one of his guitar players has a Firebird. I need one.
John 5?
No, it was Tim Skold after John 5.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. John 5 had the tellies, and then Tim Skold played bass, and then he moved to guitar, and then started playing Firebirds, and I was like, oh yeah, that's
right. Yeah. There's another guy that's got one that's has got a solar that's exactly like that. Have you heard of that Marzi Montazeri?
No.
He's from that band Exorder.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a thrash band. They're from like the late 80s and that.
Okay.
They're fucking awesome. They're still releasing killer stuff if you check them out. He's got a guitar just like that, a signature solar.
That's sick.
It's modeled off a Firebird, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Metal guitars are so sick, like Explorers and E's and Firebirds and shit. They're just so sick.
Fucking oath.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
What head and cab that you use?
Oh, I just run Kemper, man.
Same,
yeah. I got the Kemper stage, so I just like I run that. If I'm playing bass, it's easy as fuck. I got my bass rig set up with like all the Putney bass tones, and then
so Kempers are good for bass as well, because our bassist was the one. I said to him, oh, you might want to look into it, but
I didn't even look into it. I was just like, yeah, it should work, like should be fine.
Yeah.
But then
it's because the Kemper's so expensive. I said to him, I don't know, if you just look into it first because you don't want to buy it and then be like,
Well, I bought it because I was playing guitar, and then I started Shokan, and I was like, I'll just play bass. Bass is way more fun anyway. Like, I just run like a Putney tone. And then the other night when we were playing with someone came up to me and they're like, you've got a real Hatebreed bass tone. I was like, I don't know how to respond to that, like as a statement, because like Hatebreed is sick, but I don't listen for their bass tone.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken note of their bass tone.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. I was like, this guy must froth it, so that's cool. Like, good for him.
It's not a bad comparison anyway.
Yeah, Hatebreed's so sick.
I'll take
that. Yeah, fuck yeah. Cool, man. Well, we'll get into your top 5 favorite bands of all time, and then we'll do socials for the band and shut it down.
Yeah, no worries. Top 5 bands. Fuck, this is gonna be hard because it does.
It changes.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes you get in your car and you're like, "Fuck, this is my favorite album. This is my favorite song," and then you get back in your car later. No, this is my favorite song.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Machine Head.
Yep.
Pantera. Yeah, Machine Head, Pantera. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Metallica's on there, even though now they suck.
Yeah, but Hetfield is an underrated rhythm player.
Oh man,
such a 100%. Quick left hand. So
it's starting to get recognised for that now, though. I do see so much stuff come up on Instagram. As soon as anyone's doing good rhythms, they're like, "Oh, hashtag Hetfield" or something like that. Yeah, someone's down picking.
Yeah. He's a beast, though.
Yeah. I respect their musicianship, of course, man. Like they're the forefathers of so much of what I do and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you know, they're just don't enjoy it as much.
They're just a couple of dads.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a dad.
Yeah, you're a cool dad though. You got shaved head and tattoos and shit. They're lame dads.
Yeah. Nah, they're cool. So definitely old Metallica. Metallica, what I say, Machine Head, Pantera, Metallica, Megadeth. And I'll just, even though I don't really listen to Slayer anymore, I listen to Seasons in the Abyss and Rain in Blood a bit, but I'm over it, you know what I mean? It's hard for the last one because there's definitely a few bands vying for that spot. That the 5th one changes, man.
yeah, that's fair.
It changes. I'll just fucking. I'm gonna kick myself later and go, how did I forget this band? I'll just say, Slayer, man. Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer's sick. Fuck.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. They played on an episode of Viva La Bam, so they're fucking instantly one of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool, man. And then socials for the band and yourself, if you want.
Yeah. Also, what do you need to know about that?
Oh, like just social media handles and like where people can find you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Infinite Exile I think that's our one. I think it's at Infinite Exile. Let me just check. Yep.
Sick.
And then mine's at Fabs on the gram.
Cool.
So you'll see that linked on the. You'll probably see that from our band page. And Facebook's just Infinite Exile.
Yeah.
Jump on there, follow us. We've got a YouTube. We're also going to put the video on. So Infinite Exile. There's no other bands called that. You definitely won't stumble on another band.
Easy to find.
Sometimes you look up bands and you're like, which one of it? Which one's
Even I have that with my band because I've spoken about it a couple of times. The week before we launched, this like Hispanic rapper put out a feature on a song. So we couldn't take Shokan on Spotify. So now we have to be Shokan AU on everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he pretty big or?
No. Yeah, he just took it first. And I was like, I've been sitting on his name for 1.5 years. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
where'd you get the name?
So when I was in another band, I wanted to call it Regression because like I was in another band before that called Either Divide that was sort of like a metalcore shitty band. Didn't really go too far. Like we did some cool shit, but like it kind of got stepped on by somebody else. Somebody else kind of just like, nah, you're not going to go any further. So I was starting up a new band and I wanted to be like sort of like a fuck you to that guy. And then I was going to call it Regression. And then I was like, nah, it needs to be something a bit cooler. My partner suggested Shogunai, which is Japanese for kind of just like it is what it is.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I was looking into it more and found that Shokan in Japanese means redemption, which felt more true to what I was doing, where I was like, I had all my work from when I was 15 to 24 destroyed. and then was like starting up again. And I was like, yeah, this is like my redemption. And
that's cool, man.
Show come. Yeah.
I wish we had a cool story about our band name.
You just have a cool band name, so that's fine.
That's actually a funny story behind that. We're all brainstorming in the chat. Me, Shannon, the vocalist, and Josh, the bassist, and we're like, what can we call this fucking band? And we just so many names, and we're like, and then I was like, fuck it. I went to Google and I was just put in band name generator.
Yeah,
and then you could choose like, choose like dark, like you could tick a couple boxes on how it would rearrange things, and there was like dark, and then like depressing, and that a few. And I just kept clicking through, and then I was just pasting a few in our chat, and we just kept going back to Infinite Exile, and I was like,
sick.
And I was like, that's kind of like about metal though. Like metal's always been exiled, you know.
Yeah.
It's infinitely exiled. It's never going to be as big as pop or anything. Not that it should be either.
Yeah,
I think it'll lose its fucking authenticity. But
but
it's kind of, you know, and even like people like myself, or maybe I don't know your history, but you know, like I never fit in or whatever. You know, with the people, I was always doing my own thing and never was cool. So I was like Infinite Exile, always exiled, you know.
Yeah, that's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, we just kept going back with that. I was like, yeah, that's fucking sick name. Fuck it, we'll go with that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's a sick name. But yeah, new single's coming out on the 21st of January.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, it'll be on Spotify and I think the other streaming services.
Yeah. Cool.
And so, and we'll put a video, not the actual proper video, but like, you know, one of the audio videos on YouTube. So I know some people for some reason listen to audio on YouTube. I don't know why.
I don't get it either. It kills quality. Yeah.
Maybe you lost that underground sound or something, you know.
Sick.
Black metal bands probably love it. But.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Well, thanks for doing the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for the chat, man. Appreciate that, John.
It's all good, man.
For another week, huge thank you to Fabian. He reached out and sent me a message and their single, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, like I'll check this band out, it'll be fucking sick. And I was waiting in line, put on their last EP, and it was fucking so sick. I still hadn't listened to the single he sent me, but I listened to it after I recorded this episode of the podcast, and I was like, this is fucking so sick. So if you like sick fucking metal, go check out their new single, War Is Here, on all streaming services. It's fucking rad. And I also got sent another track that isn't out yet, so be on the lookout for that, because it's fucking cool too. Massive Pantera vibes. And go check them out on all social media platforms. Infinite Exile, killer fucking band. They're so sick. And if you like what I'm doing over here with the podcast, share it, tell a friend, subscribe, and follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook still every single fucking day at Heavy Sweater Podcast on everything. So go check me out, please. And I have another advertiser this week. How fucking cool is that? I made $2 off this advertisement today. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know. It was fucking stupid. And more music stuff for me. This was recorded last Saturday, and I was coming off not even probably, most definitely, the most exciting thing to ever have happen musically for me. The week before this podcast, I had played 2 shows with Thy Art Is Murder, which was fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. Some really unforeseen stuff happened. And Isolation were asked to jump on the shows, and they needed a fill-in bass player. And they asked me, and I said yes, obviously. Why wouldn't I? They're fucking homies, and their music's sick, and that was a really cool opportunity. But yeah, anything to help out fucking the boys. The boys. Yeah, and I had been learning their set because of what I'm about to speak about after this. I learned their whole set on bass in 2 days, including the day of the first show. And then, yeah, played the shows, and it was really fun. Really fun, really sick. And yeah, I just wanted to thank those dudes for giving me the opportunity to play those shows and to help them. That was really fucking sick that I was asked to help some people that I really, really respect as musicians. But now, the 5th of February at Black Box Theatre in Nambour on the Sunshine Coast, I'll be filling in again for Isolation, but this time on guitar. So come check out Kid Presentable, Trench Knife, Burn in Hell, Isolation, and A World of Joy. It's an all-ages show, so bring your fam and throw the fuck down. Yeah. I guess that's all I have to say about that. It's going to be sick. Come to that show. It's going to be rad. But come back next week for a new episode. Thanks.